Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to We Build New America in the White House. And there's a lot of conflict about the news of what's going on. And the media is not happy about it because the way she talk and the way she handle things. And then now we're gonna have a live conference with the press secretary where the media gonna ask questions, and then we're gonna see how she handle it the same as Pierre Jean Pierre. Her name leave it. So basically, she gonna talk about her plan and everything. I mean, Trump plan and everything. Let's see what she said, and also
Truly turning America back into a manufacturing superpower. Yesterday, President Trump marked National Medal of Honor Day by meeting with 21 of our nation's bravest heroes and incredible patriots who have been awarded the highest military honor. Beautiful picture. The president also signed a historic executive order to protect the integrity of American elections by strengthening voter citizenship verification and banning foreign nationals from interfering in U.S. elections. These are the common sense solutions that only Democrats could oppose.
so basically that's a good step. He stopped the interfering with election. So many country, for example, when they put the Russia host and so on and so forth, so we make a law for in the country. But think about it is United States been doing it for years and years. Is that same law gonna prevent United States from interfering with other people election? Because most people that get elected is most likely elected by the United States, and that's what happened. That's how Zelensky become the chief of Ukraine because United States paid for him to be there. That's I'm just saying. I'm not doing it for fact. I'm just speculating. So basically, if United States prevent from other nation to enter the election, was gonna be United States from prevent other nation from prevent themselves to enter the election because more power, more control. And are they gonna be follow the guideline as well, or just gonna be temporarily, or just gonna be able to just and not do anything? This is interesting, and I have to see how
But
this.
voters deserve elections they can trust, and critical confidence is being restored thanks to President Trump's leadership. Later this afternoon in the East Room, President Trump will mark Women's History Month by honoring the exceptional women around our country, including the highly talented women in his administration and his cabinet. And on an additional scheduling update, the president will hold a press conference in the Oval Office today at 4 o'clock p.m. to announce tariffs on the auto industry, and I will leave that to him to make that announcement later. Unfortunately, all of this good is happening for our country. This administration is working on behalf of the American public every day, but the mainstream media continues to be focused on a sensationalized story from the failing Atlantic magazine that is falling apart by the hour. Here are the facts. The National Security Advisor has taken responsibility for this matter, and the National Security Council immediately said, alongside the White House counsel's office, that they are looking into how a reporter's number was inadvertently added to this messaging thread. We have said all along that no classified material was sent on this messaging thread. There were no locations, no sources, or methods revealed, and there were certainly no war plans discussed. The Atlantic has even admitted this themselves. Their release of these internal messages validates the truth, which we have been saying all along. If this story proves anything, it proves that Democrats and their propagandists in the mainstream media know how to fabricate, orchestrate, and disseminate a misinformation campaign quite well. And there's arguably no one in the media who loves manufacturing and pushing hoaxes more than Jeffrey Goldberg.
Oh, Jeffrey Goldberg. Oh, this is big. And I thought that it's been for years. The media never systems me every now and then they have a big news about Trump and so on and so forth. But you don't hear big about Biden or Obama or Clinton still today. And this is what happened. They everything's about Trump, Trump, Trump. You don't have any state say so about Trump. They never gonna hear anything from them because they have nothing else to offer. They're so bash Trump. That's all they do from now on. And no news, they don't have any new outcome, and then people don't watch the news, people don't read the magazine, and they are fell for bankruptcy. They are set up for bankruptcy. CNN already starting to pay the price heavily. Fox News paying the price heavily, and now Atlantic gonna pay a heavy price because at the end of the day, people want the truth. They don't want some made up lie. They're tired and fed up with those lies. And I'm glad they just shoot themselves on the foot. At the end of the day, they are gonna pay the price heavily, and we're gonna watch in a record time how bad it's gonna get and how ugly it's gonna get. Again, it is what it is.
Goldberg is an anti-Trump hater. He is a registered Democrat. Goldberg's wife is also a registered Democrat and a big Democrat donor who used to work under who? Hillary Clinton. This is the same Jeffrey Goldberg who infamously lied about weapons of mass destruction to get us into the Iraq War, which cost trillions of dollars and thousands of American soldiers. And how else has Goldberg discredited himself? By absurdly claiming that President Trump was Vladimir Putin during the 2016 campaign, by peddling the Russia hoax that tried to hijack President Trump's first term, by inventing the suckers and losers hoax to help Joe Biden in the 2020 election, by peddling a hoax about President Trump involving Gold Star families to help Kamala Harris in the 2024 election, which our campaign at the time vigorously denied. Jeffrey Goldberg didn't care. There's more, but we don't have all day, and we can now add the Signal hoax to this very long list. The real
So basically, they are working with Clinton and to end the Democrat. Their thing is spare rumors and try to discredit the Trump whatever he's doing. That's how far they're willing to go on the hate of president. They're willing to made up lies and made up stories so to discredit the president and also to make people disbelieve and also to for people to have it die and also to this is division they try to divide the country because people at this point either you're Democrat until death or your eyes is open and then you see the truth for who they are. There's no between. The people who die hard on Democrat, whatever Democrats say, they're gonna believe it. People who have their eyes open, they're gonna start questioning stuff, and then they find out that the Democrat is to make their own lies and to destroy their own party.
Story here is the overwhelming success of President Trump's decisive military action against Houthi terrorists. On March 15th, President Trump ordered a series of military operations against the terrorist Houthis to defend U.S. shipping assets in the Red Sea, restore freedom of navigation for international shipping, and defend the United States from enemy threats. United States forces successfully struck dozens of targets across Houthi-controlled territory. And as a result of these actions, several Houthi leaders were killed, including the Houthi drone chief, his deputy, and several of their drone experts and other key leaders. We also destroyed command and controlled facilities, weapons manufacturing facilities, and advanced weapons storage locations. And it's important to remember why this powerful action took place in the first place. Because of Joe Biden's incompetence and pathetic weakness on the world stage for years, the Houthi terrorists grew emboldened. Immediately after taking office in 2021, Joe Biden removed the Iran-backed Houthis from the foreign terrorist organization and specifically designated global terrorist list. Did anybody in this room ask the Biden administration at the time why they made such a stupid mistake?
It wasn't a mistake, it was a well plan. Usually the Houthis is the organization of terrorists that block the sea level, so for boat to not go to traffic when they go international marketing, international commercial and so on and so forth. So basically they block the trading international, they occupy the section so the boat won't go through and then they gonna only those who pay higher prices gonna go through and if you have the money you won't be able to go and if they see the US shipping they probably sink it. So this is the war been going on for more than 3 years. So Trump take office and then he talk about the which and then next thing you know they don't want to change their plan and then Trump drop the bomb and then next thing you know for someone how they come with the they say that is a leak, and when the candidates send the message to a group about the war. So that's what the whole story is about. But at the end of the day, how they started it, because Biden let it happen. And I don't know if he received a lot of some money for it, or there's some people has a conflict for it, or some interest. But at the end of the day, he let it happen, and Trump was having it, and then he dropped the bomb on their location, and he killed a lot of people. Unfortunately, this is what it is. And I'm sorry for the loss of the family one, but at the end of the day, when you F around, you find out, and the find out part, sometimes you lose your life and you bring someone else with you. This is the downfall of it.
This reckless action undid the designation put in place by President Trump during his first term, and what followed was predictable and devastating. The Houthis targeted U.S. military ships and aircraft, hit commercial ships, including U.S. flagged vessels, threatened our personnel overseas, and attacked our allies in the region. This resulted in more than a year of U.S. flagged commercial ships being prevented from safely sailing through the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, and the Gulf of Aden. This had a massive negative impact on global trade of the economic security of the United States. Joe Biden was the commander-in-chief, and he sat on his hands while the United States of America was bullied and embarrassed by terrorists. President Trump and his team are putting a stop to these threats and restoring American strength around the world. The Trump
So basically, we're gonna stop it there. So basically, she say whatever I want to say, and my mind is like, who started it and how it got that far, and why didn't I stop? The reason it didn't stop because somebody else paid for it, and you can go even further that Biden didn't know what's going on, because some people say he wake up at 4 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon. So somebody else was in charge while he was sleeping, and then put forge his signature and so on and so forth to indicate all those. Because how can you be a country you don't want your own ship to travel and then sell the goods for other country? You block your own country shipping. How is that possible? Unless there's someone else paying you to do so. There's someone else who in charge and pressure to do so. Let's start. Otherwise, you'll be able to fight it for your country, because your country need to grow. Because the more you good you sell, the more money coming in, and the more you're gonna be able to grow as a country, as a society. And this is the part people don't understand. If you want successful nation, you gotta be able to let your goods to be able to sell in the trading, international trade, and you make more money. That's how your monetary dollar is become superior, because you have a lot of shipment, and the next thing you know, you make a lot of profit.